What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the 2024 Fiat 500e. This one's part of the Inspired by Beauty trim, finished off in the rose gold over a cream interior. MSRP is about $34,000. We go ahead and pop the hood. Let's see what is powering this fully electric little compact Fiat. So we can find the hood latch and popping this up. It does have gas struts, which is a cool touch. So this car, you're gonna find a 42 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery pack, has a 400 volt front electric drive motor with a single speed transmission, has about 117 horsepower with 162 pound-feet of torque, weighs in a little over 2,900 pounds, and max cruising range is around 162. However, expect closer to 120 quite honestly. But basically everything is sitting right there. Battery pack is in the floor of the car. To go ahead and close the hood, this is a cute little car nonetheless, as you can tell, especially finishing gold, kind of looks pink. And when you do tap the unlock buttons, the LED lights do look pretty nice. They kind of look like eyes, and it almost looks like eyelashes all throughout it. But really like the circle in it. You can see the other one down below. It is a quirky little car. And then you have a full body colored lower grille, provides some cooling, 500 logos right in the center with some chrome trim. And it kind of looks like it's smiling at you from the front. Definitely a neat little car. You got two sharp body lines on that hood, and then coming around to the side profile, certainly looks like a Fiat 500, of course, and in gold. It is interesting. You got a nice set of 17-inch wheels, multi-spoke design with some silver trim to them, one little body line around the front wheel arch, and then I do like how you have the Italian logo right here with the flag. Got a sharp body line throughout the entire side profile, and then it dips downwards with another line down below. Body color on the mirror caps, a little bit of chrome trim surrounding the windows, got some black trim as well, and then it even says 500e right here with La Prima, which is kind of part of this specific color theme. Got the integrated door handles as well, just smooth body color up above, integrated spoiler. Side profile, it is a crazy compact car. It is tiny as you would expect. It looks the way a 500 would look. Now in back, the brakes are pretty interesting. It has drum brakes back here. And when you get under the car, which might be kind of hard to do, there's not really all too much going on with the suspension. You can see the battery pack back there as well. Now, as far as the charge ports, you got the two different plugs. Makes it really easy. Nice set of LED taillights. And it even says made in Torino in the taillights. So cool touch given it's an Italian car. Got the 500e logo with some Tiffany blue on it. Fiat name, cool little contours throughout this liftgate. So it's a neat little car for sure. Down below, you're gonna get a few of your parking sensors, black trim in this lower diffuser, and then a nice look at the back. As far as cargo space, you're looking at around 9.5 cubic feet with these rear seats up. You can see just how much space you got. Two people can still take this on a small trip or something. And then down below, you do have the charging cables along with some tire changing kit in the back. Now there's a small privacy cover. You can open and close this, pop it off. And then these seats even will fold down with the front seats out of the way. So again, it is a compact car. So definitely not all too much space in it for certain things. But if I get this out of the way now, these seats are gonna fold down at an angle. So they are gonna maximize space just a little bit, as you can tell. But nonetheless, still definitely a small car. But that means you can pull these up and down manually from the back. And then just popping this back into place. That is that. Manually, we can pull this down. And then to go ahead and hop in the back seat at 5'11", I am definitely on the large side for this car. So, one thing, I'm not really able to put this seat back at all. That is not gonna work. I don't know how any grown-up with legs is gonna honestly fit here. Headroom, my head does touch the ceiling. The seat's kind of comfy. It's got some good padding in it. I love how it says Fiat on it. Got a cup holder, says 500 as well. So it's a fine little back seat, just I don't think grown-ups or anyone really are gonna be fitting back here. But nonetheless, good for storage. So after climbing out, we'll manually pull this back. So this has the cream interior. That's part of this specific color combination. You just have some plastic black around the door, a little bit of padding for the armrest, all your controls, electronic button to pop the door, and then it says made in Torino in there with a little Fiat. You have a manual release if needed, extra storage, and then once again, I do like how it says Fiat across all the seats. Got the 500 logo. Nice interior. It's pretty cool looking for this combo. And then now in the side, you're going to see the two-tone steering wheel. I really like the black and the cream. And then foot on the brake. We can fire it up. Taking a look, it just have manual controls for the seats. But on the steering wheel, you're going to have that 500 logo in the center. Some controls for Bluetooth and audio on the left. And then all cruise control over on this right side. You have a pad right here where you can take a look at the center gauge cluster. I can scroll up and down, see a few things. And then scrolling left and right, you can scroll through all these different menus down below. Full screen nav will pop up as well, a few more items. So pretty cool. Some of them have a couple extra settings in them. So pretty nice to see all the information you're going to get in this car. We have the stock on the right side for windshield wipers, headlights over on the left side, lane keeping assist. And then down below we have the interior dimming, fog light control, you have parking sensors and traction control. One of your air vents, and then this cool kind of rubbery fabric material throughout the center of the dash. So definitely a fun little interior. More of your air vents, silver trim in the center, and you got the city skyline, I would assume of Torino, right here on the wireless phone charging pad with a USB port. There are physical controls for climate, which is a great touch, temperature, fan speed, you can see all those zones, and then they pop up on the screen. Now taking a look, there are a few different shortcuts. You have this one right here. You can also toggle into your seats and temperature. On the home menu, you're going to get a few things of information that will pop up. You can easily scroll left and right, see everything that's going to come up on this home setting. This is all customizable as well. Media controls will pop up, you can take a look at. There's Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You will also see climate controls popping up on the screen, which is a pretty good touch. Of course, nav, phone, and then under car, which is a little Fiat, you have a few more controls. So under electric vehicle, you can see all sorts of different information for the drivetrain, which is a good touch to see. And then a few more settings and everything like that. Now drive select, popping this into reverse, you got your nice backup camera that will pop up with good guidelines, and then parking sensors are in the center. Tapping the P, we're back into park. There's a lot of foot space in here, no true console. So you got that nice pass through, and then the one cup holder, you just pull that down and it's right here. Now down below in the center, we have our drive modes. So you can control this. If we just hold this up or down, it will pop up. Sherpa mode will actually turn off the climate control to maximize range. Range mode will add the one pedal driving, and then normal mode just kind of drives normal as you expect with full power. We have your volume icon over on the right side as well, a few plugs and storage, and then we can move this forwards and back more that color. The glove box is pretty large in this car as well, which is a nice touch. And then one last look at the interior. It's cool looking, it kind of fits the personality of a small Fiat 500. And just one good look at everything. You have your dome lights up above, thin mirror, and when you shut it off, you got some fun Christmas sounds. All right, setting off in normal mode now. Full speed ahead, up to 50. Not too bad. Obviously, this doesn't weigh all too much, and it's got enough torque to where, I mean, you can still get up to speed pretty well. So, sitting in the Fiat 500e, this is a pretty comfortable seat overall. There's actually really good padding to it. You have really good visibility. As you can tell, we're in like just a bubble of glass. So really large windows, super easy to see around. The rear of the car is literally right there. I could actually touch it. That's kind of crazy. Now, as far as the drive modes go, we're in normal mode, which kind of feels what you'd expect. If we go ahead and go into range mode, taking my foot off the throttle, it does the one pedal braking. So you can see that is letting up in blue, giving it throttle, of course power. Take my foot off the throttle, it goes to regen and instantly doing that and slowing you down. So this is kind of a good way to get a little bit extra range. Now if you go all the way down into Sherpa mode, it will turn off air conditioning. And now full speed ahead, this is flooring it, and it's gonna max out at about 50. So that's full throttle. However, if I click the little button, it will tell me that I'm exceeding it, all that. So at least if you're in this mode and you just have to floor it, at least it will let you get the full power by hitting the button behind the throttle pedal. But nonetheless, this kind of maxes out at 50. This is more for city driving, maximizing your range. You can still turn climate on, but of course then it tells you it will limit your range. So Sherpa mode, I don't know if you would ever really do that unless you are just in dire need of some extra juice. So back into normal. I like the gauges and screens. It all looks pretty cool. Kind of gives you the information you're gonna need. Very similar to other like Chrysler Jeeps, things like that. So it's a cool little car to be in. Got the lane keeping, the distance pacing, all the cruise control settings that work pretty well in this car. As far as normal driving, it is decently quiet in here. You just hear a little bit of the wind noise and maybe a little tire noise. I wouldn't say it's the most refined vehicle out there. Obviously, for its compact size and everything, it's not any luxury car. But, I mean, it feels smooth enough, quiet enough to honestly be like a decent little daily if you're just around the city. You know, this isn't necessarily going to be the most highway focused car. You're not going to be just doing highway trips with it, especially with the limited range. I mean, we're at 82% charge and I have 107 miles on the range. Let's slow down for these. Actually, that was pretty smooth. And then giving it some throttle. You do feel a little bit of torque steer if the road has some bumps to it. So given it's all front wheel drive, everything's up front, you're gonna notice that a little bit. But I don't know, driving it around, it's kind of fun, it's kind of zippy. Like I said, this is a city car. This is a perfect thing to just zip around town. It's insanely small, so it's easy to park. And you know, if you're just gonna have a backpack with you or a briefcase or something small with you, obviously it's pretty easy, a single person or dual person type of car. But not a bad driving experience, I would say. It's not like cheap or anything weird feeling. It's kind of normal to drive overall, just in a very compact package. So, fun little city car, I would say.